Hi, I'm Colette Norton with Optum Community Center. Joining me today is Jennifer Agee, mental health professional. Jennifer, what topic will you introduce today?
Today we are going to be talking about boundaries.
We can all use some of those.
That's for sure. Boundaries are one of those things we all know that we need, but some of us really struggle with. Today we are going to clear up what boundaries are and are not, and give you some very specific examples that you can use to set healthy boundaries in your life. Boundaries are guidelines, rules, or limits that a person creates to identify for themselves what are reasonable, safe, and permissible ways for other people to interact with them and behave around them. How to react or respond when somebody steps outside those limits is what a boundary really is. Boundaries are not what you allow other people to get away with or how far they can go. Boundaries are for you. You decide what you want or need and the consequences that come from that. The people around you will either respect or not respect the boundaries, and then you get to decide what you're going to do. The power and control for upholding a boundary lies within you, not the other person. So let me give you a quick example. I don't like it when you talk to me that way. This is a statement. This is a statement of what you want. This is not a boundary. Now, if you continue to speak to me in that way, I will end this conversation. This is a boundary. Can you hear the difference? I don't like it when you talk to me that way. Statement. If you continue to speak to me in this way, I will end the conversation. Boundary. Here's another example. Let's say you're in a conversation with someone and they ask you a personal question that you don't really want to react or respond to. You just don't feel comfortable answering. Here's a way that you can respond by setting a healthy boundary. I'm not really comfortable sharing that information. Let's talk about something else. That's a great way that allows you to set a boundary and be honest and authentic in what you're wanting in this relationship. There are three primary types of boundaries: physical, nonverbal, and statements. An example of a physical boundary is a fence or a property line. It's clear that the fence means do not cross this line. An example of a nonverbal boundary would be shaking your head no. You don't even have to say the word, it's very clear. A sentence that expresses what is okay and not okay, that is a boundary phrase. So there's really three types. We train people how to treat us, and if we do not like the way we're being treated in a relationship or an interaction, it's okay to state clearly what you want and don't want, what you need and what you don't need. This is going to help you when you set boundaries. I want to give you some examples of things to do and things to be aware of. Number one, don't over-explain. Keep it short and sweet. Over-explaining undermines the impact of the boundary that you just set. You don't need to over-explain yourself. Your no is a full answer. Number two, make peace with the fact that other people might not like the boundaries that you set, and that's okay. It's their right not to like it. That's perfectly fine, but that doesn't mean that your boundary was wrong. Number three, if someone gets upset with you for setting a boundary, I want you to listen to this. It means that they benefited from you not having the boundary in the first place. Re-listen to that one if you have to again, okay? Because again, if somebody gets upset with you when you set a boundary, that tells you some important information about the relationship that you're in with that person and what they were receiving as benefit from you not holding your ground and standing up for what you wanted or needed. All right, number four, when you feel anger or resentment and you find yourself whining or complaining, it probably means you need to set a boundary. Listen to yourself and determine what you need to do or say, and then communicate it assertively and directively. Assertively doesn't mean you're being a jerk. Assertive just means I'm direct and clear with what I'm saying. And that's perfectly okay. Number five, learning to set healthy boundaries takes time. A lot of us were not raised in homes where we heard our parents sharing healthy boundaries either within the family or with other people. So be gentle with yourself when you're learning. Be kind. And if you get it wrong, it's okay to go back and correct it and let someone know, you know, actually I'm not okay with this. I thought about it some more and I need to change my mind. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to set healthy boundaries. Thank you for listening today, and I hope you found the information helpful. Our Optum team is here to help you live your best dang life.